David Hasselhoff.
Hey!
This is James Gunn.
Hello!
Yeah, my name is Hasselhoff.
Yeah. They've heard of you. A couple of those guys.
Yeah, I think they've heard of you now, too.
David and I met about, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And we decided that, I was going to write a song for the movie with Tyler Bates, the composer, and I had just written that, and I wanted David to do the vocal track on the recording.
So we had lunch, and he says to me, I have an offer to make to you. Would you like to sing the title song? And my jaw just went, wow. Then I went home.
We had already shot the cameo in the movie.
And I got the demo, and it was a rap. And I thought, oh my God, I've never done rap before. And but it was an honor and cool that he actually chose me to do it, and it seems to have worked.
And so one of the things that we wanted to do was to make a music video. In fact, the song was written to be a music video as much as it was written to be a song inspired by some great a Star Wars, the Star Wars pop version that came out in the 70s. There's a great Top of the Pops with dancing girls dancing to the song that's completely trippy and strange. And so we wanted to do our own 70s version of Guardians of the Galaxy theme and shoot a video for it, and we actually shot it with old equipment, shot by a guy by the name of David Yarovesky, who also happens to be one of my best friends, and anyway, you guys are going to be the first people in the world to see it right now, I believe.
And I have not seen it.
And David hasn't even seen it.
I just got off a plane from Berlin the day before yesterday and realized that my staff has a copy of this, but I never saw it, so I'm excited as you are to see this, and I know it's going to be really fun because it was hysterical shooting it. We had a lot of fun.
All right, let's watch it.
Are you okay?
I'm a bit overwhelmed.
I've never seen that before. Oh, wow. Oh, man. You're really good on the drums.
That is fun.
Wow.
That actually lives.
What'd you guys think? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I mean, come on, my God. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
It's great, isn't it?
It was just really fun because, my era was laughing, and it's so much like laughing, and it was really, laughing was really before your time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a little kid.
But, I think a lot of the credit goes to Dave. My phone's on. A lot of the credit goes to Dave Yarovesky, who directed that. And
yeah, Dave's cool. Dave's great. He's like one of your super close friends, right?
Yeah. So, but it was really it was a great joy. Totally fun to shoot. I think you guys could see that everybody's in there. It's Palm and Sean and Rooker and Zoe and
Bautista comes in and
he
came in wearing those wings and with a wig on, and he goes, "Oh my God, get out now!" He was awesome.
Yeah. Autumn Steed did all the costumes. She did a great job, and it's pretty cool.
It's been a great ride for me and an honor to be here because hearing the name Hasselhoff in the movie is something that I just wish my dad was alive because he would have dug it. And my girlfriend, my fiance, rented a movie theater, and I got to see the movie the second time. And then to see this video and to be a part of the whole Guardians family now, it's just, it's incredibly cool. And I'm excited, and I think this is going to turn a lot of heads because it's so entertaining. And I think that's really what we need to do. In the world right now, we need to laugh a little bit. And I think that's what that's about. Especially the Procyon loader. Getting down a journey with a Procyon loader. I said, James, what the hell's that?
David was also like, infantilize, that's not a word. Why are you making up words? I'm like, I didn't make it up. It's a real word, I swear.
I still don't believe it's a word.
It is a
Infantilize sequoia. You know how hard it is to say that in a rap? Infantilize sequoia.
A fun thing too, at the very, so in the post, the credits of Guardians of the Galaxy, the very last thing you see before the Stan Lee cameo at the very, very end of Volume 2 is David's face coming on the screen and saying the last line from that song, which We Are Groot, and That is actually off of my iPhone that I did when we were in the recording studio. I'm like, here, let me just take a video because I had the idea while we were there doing that.
I'm finally in the movie in the credits on an iPhone.
It's from my iPhone. I don't even get I should share a cinematography credit with Henry Brown. Anyway, you guys got questions or anything?
So will Inferno bring disco back?
Yeah, I think disco's back with a vengeance, and it's all anybody's going to be listening to for the next few years now.
Thank you.
Are you going to incorporate it into the ride?
The song?
Yeah.
I think it does play as you walk off the ride sometimes. It's one of the songs that plays when you're coming out of the ride, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now you should be in the ride.
I haven't seen the ride. I didn't even know there was a ride until 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You know, and so I met the guys from Disneyland who gave me a Groot cookie and said people take pictures with the Groot cookie in their face. And I said, well, invite me. I'll come down.
We should try to get you in a future iteration of the ride as a cameo, some sort of Easter egg, David Hasselhoff.
That'd be
Easter egg.
really awesome.
The Halloween version.
So I understand you were instrumental in Disney bringing this to 4K. Can you talk about that? Talk about 4K and why you're excited about it?
Well, you know, it was...
A little bit later, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, just real shortly, yeah. I mean, my favorite version of the movie, I think, in theaters is I love the Disney 3D version, but I also love the... I also really love the Dolby Vision version, and so putting that version on home video was really important to me because I thought it was the best version.
Can you talk about working with Dolby in terms of like going through the process with HDR?
Well, I mean, it's. I think that. What do you want me to answer these questions now? But I think it's. Yeah, for me, it wasn't. It was really working with my team of the same people so that it was appropriate for Dolby standards rather than working directly with Dolby.
So we're going to take you all through a 4K UHD demo later, and you can ask James questions during your one-on-one interviews. But right now, we're just going to talk about the music video. That's right.
So how did you decide on the instrumentation of what you wanted for the song?
Well, I worked with Tyler Bates, who composes the scores. Tyler is one of my great collaborators. He's done the scores for all my movies, all my web videos, everything. And so we basically, you know, I always loved the disco pop version of the Star Wars theme, and I wanted to do something like that. I wanted to retain that 70s feel to it, and I wanted to make another opportunity to make Michael Rooker look stupid, which we did really well in this video. I think, so.
Were there any instruments you tried that just didn't jive with the vision you wanted?
You know, if I recall correctly, there are certain things, you know, it's like dealing with any song with the mix and what works and what doesn't and what, you know, you mean in terms of like what we shot people doing on screen or in terms of the...
No, just like what you have playing.
Yeah, we pretty much settled early on what the instrumentation was. It is funny though, in the video I remember we did shoot other things. We have Rooker and Dave blowing horns together. Okay. But the problem with Rooker is he has no sense of rhythm at all. Like everything that we have in there is so carefully pieced together to not make him look, like because he really cannot dance. His sense of rhythm is terrible. And it was very, very hard to get him to even press the keyboard keys in a fake way so that they matched up at all with the sound we were hearing on screen. He's just not capable of it.
That's great. David, when Hooked on a Feeling became the main song in the first film, did you say sort of, hey, that was my thing, I did that cover? Did you make that connection?
I get a lot of calls from my fans saying, you're in the Guardians movie, but it wasn't my version. It was the Blue Suede version, which is original. And my video that I did of Hooked on a Feeling has got a long story because the Germans said, we hate this video. And I said, you hate the video? And they said, yes, we hate it. And I lost a record deal over it. And about 20 years later, 1993, my kids called me and they said, Dad, that stupid video is playing in school. And so I called up and I said, you can't show that. My name's Hasselhoff and my daughters are in this video. And they said, it's the #1 video on the internet. I said, play it. I'll come in and teach a class. And I called my daughters and said, hey, I told you. And but the fact that it was in the movie was kind of a precursor to James and I meeting because I said to James, why am I in this movie? And he said, because I watched you when I was 8 years old in Knight Rider. And I'm proud of that. And that show is still following me around, and then it's still going to be following me around, I hope, sooner than later. And because of that movie and because of those morals and that might for right and saving lives, not taking lives, is what Guardians is about as well. And it's entertaining, but it has heart, and that's what a lot of the movies have lost today, especially the sci-fi. It's all special effects, and who cares? You got to care about the characters, Now I'm no longer David Hasselhoff. I'm Zardu Hasselfrau.
That's how he signs we share emails all the time back and forth, and he signs every email Zardu.